Normal defensive alignment as they've shuffled that around, with Tippett getting the start at shortstop. And a first pitch strike from Javen Coleman, Texas native, to third, and Tommy White lost it right underneath him and has no play.
By any means necessary.
To Tommy White, right past him. That was a hot shot. White was charged with an error, just his third of the season, on Brenling's ball in play. And they've got Dalton Reeves behind the plate with two aboard. Swing and a miss on 94. What an approach by Coleman, huh? To center. That'll push Jake Brown back. And he puts it away.
If he's a little early, it'll go out to left.
And he sends the sinking line drive to right field. One out single. And he sends it to left field. Kennedy Jones into the corner again. And he sends it to the gap in right center field. That one will get down. Extra bases coming for Jones. One hops the fence. Bobbled out there for a moment by Brown. Second hit of the game for South Carolina. Grounded to the right side. Kennedy Jones will stop at third, being held by Joey Holcomb. High fly ball to right center. Brown drifting. Kennedy Jones will tag. And South Carolina gets on the board first on a sac fly from Talmadge Lecroy. 1-0 Cox. Grounded through the right side, and South Carolina keeps it rolling as Brenling reaches again. 2 out. And a breaking ball, and the first pitch flicked to center. Racing in is Jake Brown, and he makes a sliding catch to keep South Carolina from adding another. He said, I didn't have the heart to tell them I make a lot of money and I've got equipment deals of my own. Travinski with a ground ball down the line, and that will be a long single as he retreats to first.
Just because of the way they finished.
Ooh.
Back to Florida. I think we've established the rest of them are in. The Florida deal, #1 strength of schedule, 21 in the KPI, 27 in the RPI, 3-3 against the top 6 teams.
JMU, K-State, Georgia Tech, and Cal sitting their last 4 in right now. Yeah.
And let me make that not sound so stupid.
Lecroy to the bag. What a play.
He'll go from vertical to athletic, and it's just a trigger to get his body into the right posture to cover the strike zone.
Messina being held on at first, and the pitch is low and in. Back-to-back walks.
That's where we were at.
I was just amazed. If you've never been a go-kart jockey. Deep to left field. Pearson is out of room. It's gone. Dalton Reeves with an opposite field 3-run home run. Tournament record 39 home runs hit here this week.
Did you have this one going out off the bat?
I did not.
10 home runs for South Carolina now. Third most in tournament history on the mound for South Carolina. And that one's muscled over the head of Talmadge Lecroy. Line drive single his first time up.
Oh, now
look out.
You got to collect your thoughts a little bit after a pitch coming at you like that.
1-2 from Kimball to Jared Jones. And he pops up the first offering. Trippett in front of Jones. Bounce across the plate. Both will advance. Kimball try and get out of the jam. Curveball, strike 3. Roman Kimball, K's 2 with 2 aboard in the 3rd inning. And he'll lead with a 4-0 lead.
As the 1 seed this century.
Tippett comes up with a line drive and the 9-hole hitter. And Brenling earns a walk. Brenling is at first. Oh my gosh. Almost missed him. Bases loaded and nobody out. And Jackson sends it to center field. Jake Brown has to cover some ground. Tagging will be Tippett. Catch made in the throw to third, and South Carolina adds to its lead. Now 5-0 Gamecocks. Line drive through the left side. And around third will be Brindling. Messina, and the ball dropped over at third by Tommy White. Cole Messina strolls into second with an RBI.
Boy, he was out by 5 feet if Tommy White catches that ball. South Carolina gets a break, and they continue to pour it on here.
Bat's been a little bit quiet the last few weeks, and he sends a single to center field. Will get at least one home. Here comes the second, and Messina will rumble down the line to make it an 8-0 South Carolina lead on a Parker Nolan single. Swing and a miss.
It's washed.
Okay. We were really nervous.
No. Yeah, it's still washed.
Stephen Milam sends one into the right field corner. He continues his hot tear, and it hops over the wall for an automatic double for the LSU second baseman.
I know Dad's had to break plenty of fights over ping pong and whatnot, so he actually graduated today. So congrats, buddy.
Nice.
I love you. Hope you're watching by this point. I feel like when I hit a grand slam, it's almost the same as killing a buck in Texas. So I kind of compare the two. And
breaking ball hit to third off of the glove of LeCroy. He was just waiting for it, and around third is Milam. He'll score as LSU scratches the run column for the first time. 3-1 pitch. And it was ball 4, and LSU has loaded the bases. That's ball 4. And Pearson sends a ground ball up the middle. It gets through. Braswell has scored. Tommy White around third. And LSU has put together a 2-out rally.
Can't do as much of that right here.
Travinsky to third. That one gets by LeCroy again. Jones has scored. Headed to third is Pearson. And the ball gets past Jones and left. Travinsky on his way to third. We've got a brand new game that would be completely different if the Gamecocks could field it cleanly. Yesterday, Milam, second time up this inning, smothered over first by Petrie and a stumble, but wow. Jones dropped anchor enough. To the right side, way off the bag is Jones, and off balance behind, threw it away. Here's the 0-1 to tip it. To short, chance for 2. Braswell to Milam, and a 6-4-3. Bama and Florida, the only 2 3 seeds of 11 that will be projected to be in.
Again, if they're going to get the auto.
And he takes the ball for ball 4. Is the 1-2 to White. Couldn't find it. Got fooled, and LSU strands a pair in the 5th. To host at LeClaire Stadium, got hit in the elbow. Muscled into shallow right, just past the glove of Milam, and Petrie will advance to third, just ahead of the throw. Golfed into center. Brown started back, gets turned around. Tagging from third is Petrie, and South Carolina extends the lead. The throw to second, and he is saved.
He should have been turned with his glove side towards the thrower.
It's confirmed at second base.
His teammates, but he's right. I mean,
and this one drops in left field. Jackson around third, bobbled by Pearson and lost. And give Noel another ribby. And the Vandy bus coming whistling into town.
36 hits allowed.
Foul territory, Tommy White. Tommy White dropped it. Oh, he was right there. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a punch out for Lord. Here's Jared Jones 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And he got a hold of this one. Deep left center. Brindling to the track. It is gone. He almost missed first base, but connected for his 25th.
Say he made the right choice. A little more fun hitting the baseball than being an offensive lineman those days too, I would think.
Ellis with a leadoff walk.
Stick to your hand that can't come off. This one almost ended poorly.
We need to.
Pippin squares the bunt and steal his second. Overslid the bag.
Come on, you can do it.
Ready.
Go.
Boom, 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 boom.
Go backwards.
Seven avocado. No.
Past the base.
Seven. I did. That's exactly what I did.
Did they consult you before that, or?
We talked about a few things.
Brown fights off the pitch for a bunt and is thrown away by Matthew Becker, the new pitcher for South Carolina. And Jake Brown, still on his wheels, will end up at third. And another misplay by South Carolina. A hit and a two-base error on the bunt single by Jake Brown. Ashton Larson at the plate. And Larson shoots it to center. Brindling retreats, sac fly, scores Jake Brown, and it's a two-run game. And Braswell sends it to center field. Long run for Brindling, still chasing back. It is gone. Braswell has done it again, and now he's made it a one-run game. Second home run this week and third hit of the contest.
He had one home run on the season coming into this SEC tournament. With the first pitch of the game out earlier this week. Now Braswell does it again.
Into right, Jackson towards the line in foul territory. Shoots it to center, and coming on hard, Jackson with a diving catch. So, since the beginning of this win streak, and this ball's launched towards center field, Brown all the way back at the fence will make the catch.
And stayed in the yard.
That they had a chance to make again.
Glanced off the sleeve. Another look at the hit by pitch.
I'd rather you play shallow, actually.
The call of hit by pitch is confirmed.
Matthew Becker, the fifth pitcher of the game for Carolina, up the middle off of his glove and underneath. Parker Nolan's headed to third is Pearson. LSU has runners at the corners with two down. They've been a two-out scoring machine today. Runner on the move from first, swing and a miss, didn't matter. And a big strikeout for Becker after the mound visit from the pitching coach, Matt Williams. And Becker comes up huge.
All right, had to hang out for a minute on the mound, maybe catch your breath.
And a one-out walk. 2 home runs this week for Reeves. One of them was a grand slam. That came against Alabama, and he gets hit. Swing and a miss for Ellis. 2 down. LSU fans trying to will Cade Anderson to finishing this off. Check swing. He went. And we go to the bottom of the 9th in a 1-run game. Swings at the first. Backhanded drop by Ellis. Couldn't squeeze it, and it trickles into left field. Fry still chugging, and he will be at second to start the inning. So here's Alex Milazzo, 0 for 4 in this game, 9-hole hitter with the corners in. Paxton Kling is the pinch runner. Bunt to third, lead, nobody's there, and he threw it high and he threw it away. LSU has tied it on another miscue. It may only be 88 degrees, but this Carolina defense has melted down the entire game. The hot corner has been a stressful position no matter who has been there. Ball 4. Popped him up. It won't leave the infield. Lee Ellis called up by the first baseman, and play made by Petrie. High fly, deep center field. Brindling back, shy of the track. Makes the catch. Bingham tags, goes to third. He tossed it to Jackson to throw it back in.
Wow.
That almost turned into trouble.
That was a triple cut. They'd have had a chance.
Mac Bingham, the winning run, 90 feet away. Pearson with a dribbler to the right side. Nolan's got it and dug out. This Brady Neal is the new catcher for LSU. And there's ball 4, 2-out walk. Not going, and that one got away from Neal.
No need.
Whoa, and it gets to the backstop, and an extra 90 feet afforded Jackson. They're still home. The throw is there, and he is out at the plate. Here's the rule as it's written in the book. If on an attempted squeeze play or steal of home plate, the catcher steps on or in front of home plate without possession,
It's the right call.
the pitcher shall be charged with a balk, and the catcher shall be called with interference. It is not,
It's not
according
a
to the
release.
rule book, it's not a
Not
release.
a release. It's before he catches it. They're counting it. You can tell by their reaction. They're counting it.
And Jay
that's
just
gonna
got
do
run.
it.
It's illegal if he steps on or in front of the plate. I don't see him having stepped on or in front of the plate in that scenario. Do you?
Watch where the right foot ends up before he
He's not on
catches
it, and he's to the back side of it.
He is not on it or in front of it.
You can't challenge it. We've already established that.
It seems that LSU has issued a formal protest, which is the signal that Derek Malika just gave the press box. So that will take further explanation. And at that point, if the protest is upheld, you would go back to this point in the game. Chris, what's going on in the LSU dugout?
So as you guys said, they are issuing a protest, but what they're asking the umps now is, can you tell me that with your eyes you saw him touch the plate or be in front of the plate? Because it's obviously not challengeable or reviewable. They want confirmation that they saw that on that play.
Nobody left early.
And on the appeal, they're going to try to steal third.
Did he touch the plate, I guess, is what they're appealing. He never touched the plate.
That is fair.
Blake Jackson never took, but it's a balk. So it doesn't matter, right?
No, if it's
We may get an explanation. Crowd on hand has been offered no information, so rightfully confused. And after all that, a ground ball to second. And we go to the home half of the 10th. Yeah, we got to review that. A steal of home, and whether or not it's ruled obstruction, certainly should be reviewable, just something that's fallen through the cracks. And now Travinsky's aboard.
time clock. Time clock goes as a ball. In this case, it's ball 4, and that'll be a leadoff walk.
Milam sends it high to left field and deep. Jones back at the track. It is gone, and it is over. LSU comes back from 8-0 and walks it off in the 10th. Jay Johnson, who was ejected, has returned.
He is back. I've seen some strange ones. That one was strange.
Mm-hmm.